Happy Halloween, ladies.
You just listen to the old Pork Chop Express here now and take his advice on a dark and stormy night when the lightning's crashing and the thunder's rolling and the rain's...
Greetings, one and all, and welcome to Zero Hour here on Mornings of Mischief. I'm your host, Loki, and with me today, of course, is the co-host that... Did I get it right? He's the alien of aliens, Zeropium. What is going on, brother?
Good morning, Loki. Good morning to Lady Eris of Chaos. Good morning, chat. I don't know if you can tell, but Zero's back at full strength. We are feeling much better today. So I apologize for last week. I was so under the weather and out of it, but we're back. We're live. And goddamn, we're ready to burn it down. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. And good morning to our guest co-host this morning, the lovely Eris of Chaos. How are you doing, Eris?
Mew, mew, mew.
No, it's meow. Okay.
Oh, she's sassy. She's sassy this morning.
The sassy kitty.
I literally do not have the physical capacity to roar, or I would do that. But
Roar.
meow.
Meow.
So,
all right.
We'll
go with what works.
Intimidating meow.
Yep. It's the Fez. The Fez scares the shit out of me.
Okay, who brought the cat?
Who brought the cat?
They left the door open, so I just came in and acted like I owned the place.
Cat just comes in, takes a crap on the carpet, and we gotta sit here and clean it up.
Hey, I am clean. Thank you very much.
So, MB Geek Let's Talk asked, as we were doing the intro, why are we not talking about Cobra Kai this morning? Because that is tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
So anybody that wants to talk Cobra Kai tomorrow morning, throw me a message, and we will be doing a Cobra Kai Taco Tuesday. So,
oh my God.
Cobra Kai Taco
Karate?
Tuesday, beat 'em up.
You must be patient. No harassing the Fez kitty. I'm not harassing the Fez kitty. No patience. Wax on, wax
What?
off. Stay golden, pony boy. Anyway, no, we're not harassing the Fez kitty. We are
No.
teasing. I mean, anybody out there who's ever owned a cat in their life, you've teased it once or twice before. Don't lie. Don't lie. We've all been there.
What? No, never. I've never
Really?
done that.
You've never even put a sock on its head just to watch it struggle and walk backwards for some reason? True story. That actually happens. Don't ask me how I know that.
One of the cats I had growing up, we'd throw one of the things, little toys it'd play with, and it would get so into playing with it that it would crash into a wall. And at one point, it broke a tooth doing that. So we had to get it removed. He's like a 15-pound dork of an animal.
That's a big cat. 15 pounds?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
He's like closer to 13 now, but if he puts his paw on your palm, it's when he spreads out the toes, like it literally like covers your whole palm.
Jeez.
So I've got a question to ask the chat and to ask you guys. Netflix dropped the entire season of Cobra Kai, killing off any weekly water cooler talk. That's from Chris Persia. That they did. That is Netflix's way. This is the way. That is the way Netflix does it. That's just their way. They protect that way like the Mandalorians protect their way. So then you get Amazon and you get other streaming services that will give you like 1 or 2 episodes right off the bat and then feed you weekly doses of your episodes. So HBO Max does this, Amazon does this, everybody but Netflix. Netflix just has this habit of dropping everything all at once. The closest they've ever come to not doing that is holding back the 2 long episodes of the last season of Stranger Things and dropping those, and those were like it was like a 3-hour movie at the end. That's the closest they've ever come to not releasing an entire season right off the bat.
Oh no, they've done that before where they've not because when you go on there, they have their.
But that's
top
not.
10.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's not their way. They don't normally do that.
You're right.
Netflix does not normally release except very rare occurrences. So, what do you guys like more? We'll go through the chat, guys. Give us a 1 if you want it released all at once. Give us a 2 if you want it released weekly. And we'll ask the panel here. We'll start with Eris since she jumped in there.
Hey.
What do you like? Do you like the weekly releases where it releases on a week, or do you want to just binge the whole season?
Well, given that I am a millennial, okay, I grew up, I like binge watching. I do like doing that, but I also have like the patience to wait for it to get to the point where I can sit down and binge watch things. By patience, I mean I will forget about it. But I understand from a business perspective, having it released weekly so that you can promote the show longer as like a trending topic, right? The internet, in my opinion, has like a 48-hour memory. So if you release something all at once, within 48 hours, they will be talking about something else. So,
I'd say 48 minutes, but hey, that's just my opinion.
So it's just it's very I like both in a way, but if it is released weekly, House of the Dragon's an exception, right? Because obviously I'm reviewing it with y'all, but I do like I like the experience of both. But in case of Cobra Kai, I think they should release it weekly. It's a very special show.
69, dude.
Oh my.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Zero. What do you think? Weekly or all at once?
Well, I'm kind of on the fence. I mean, for lack of a better term, I could go both ways on this one. Because I understand that doesn't mean anything. There's no truth to
Somebody clip that.
Somebody clip that. Yeah, thanks a lot. Oh my God, scissor me timbers. Shit.
I
Yeah.
don't think guys can do that.
Anyway, what, scissor? It don't feel good. I scissored myself on a fence once. It was not a pleasant experience.
Wait,
I was trying to hop a fence and I fell and I scissored myself on it.
Oh,
so, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, that no.
Yeah. So anyway, yes, I can understand the business model from a weekly episodic release schedule. I can totally understand that. You know, I grew up with television and weekly episodes of something or, you know, anything like that. So I can understand that. The way life is for a lot of us now, though, usually, I mean, if you can schedule your lifestyle around, you know, an evening of watching something once per week on TV, that's cool. I like that idea totally. But I also really enjoy the novelty and convenience of having everything there all at once. So you can binge whatever you want if you got the time to see. Okay, chat, shut up. It was just strike it from the record. Anyway.
Leah Rose, Zeropium goes both ways.
Okay, for the record, no, I
Oh
do not.
my.
No, I do not. All right, so yes, I can understand the convenience and the novelty of having everything there for you all at once. I totally enjoy that. I totally get that. But yeah, I could go either way on the subject. I understand, you know, business-wise, it's a little more practical to have a weekly release schedule for those kind of things. But for the binge factor alone, yes, having it all at once is very easy and convenient. So either way, yeah, I guess I'm going both ways again. So there you go.
I like weekly releases. Maybe I'm just too old school. I like the weekly releases. Plus, when you're trying to juggle a lot of stuff, and people are like, "Oh my God, did you see what happened on Cobra Kai?" And you're like, "Shut the hell up! I haven't gotten past episode 2 yet. Shut the hell up! I'm gonna bitch slap the next motherfucker that drops a spoiler about Cobra Kai."
Yeah,
I swear to God.
At all, I swear to God, I'll hurt you.
It's really rough. I mean, because that's the one, in my eyes, that's the one major drawback of having everything put there right at once, because you totally increase the percentage of spoiler territory tenfold. So I mean, rather than everybody waiting at the exact same time, it's like not everyone's going to be, you know, on the same page here. Like you guys with House of Dragons, I finally just started cutting my teeth on that shit. You know what I mean?
Yay.
So I'm playing catch up now. You know, but it's
Man Squatch, you stop that. You stop that right now. No spoilers. I don't want to know that Darth Vader is Daniel's father.
I read that as Daniel Jackson, so I was very confused.
And Psychodorf9 with the $2 super chat. Good morning, Psychodorf9. Good morning to everybody out there. Says Zeropium, what? You don't go in and out?
Okay, the protuberance that every male has does go in and out, but when you swing around the back end, ladies and gentlemen, that region is and always has been and always will be export only. Ain't nothing going in there.
Zero's talking about his joystick again.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Psychodorp9, for that $2 super chat. You guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla, and this one's just for you, Psychodorp9. Skull!
Spartans! What is your profession?
Project Storytime needs an adult. Bad news, buddy. We're all the adults here. Oh my
We are
God.
the adults.
How far? All the way.
The inmates have already taken over the asylum. So maybe that's what's wrong with the world today. So before we get into our discussion about House of Dragon, because we're going to sit here and we're going to talk about all kinds of other shit, we're going to run out of time. I wanted to read you guys something.
Story time.
And
Yay.
And no, Chris, I did not enjoy sitting on the pointy fence. I fell. I kind of wishboned myself.
Oh, that's worse, actually. Instead of just sitting on
Okay.
it, falling is worse.
Yeah,
Read.
wasn't pleasant,
Read
but everything
the-
still
So
works.
this is from Forbes, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh.
Oh, I know what this is.
Do we have to put on tuxedos to read
This
this?
is Eric Kane, senior contributor from Forbes.
You gotta flog
Lord of the
yourself.
Rings, The Rings of Power is bringing out the worst in Tolkien fandom. Oh my god.
Am I
Oh
on
my
it?
god. Lately,
Wow.
on my various social media timelines and on my YouTube channel, I've been bombarded with commenters angry about Amazon's Lord of the Rings live action TV show, The Rings of Power. The same anger and outrage can be found on Reddit, in the review bombing of the show on Rotten Tomatoes and Metacritic, and pretty much everywhere. Oh my god, you look, if you spend any time paying attention to anything on the internet, I generally try and engage as much as humanly possible with fandoms, even with fandoms that I perceive as largely unhinged and toxic. But everyone has their limits. It's important to try to understand why people are so upset with everything all the time, because sometimes those grievances are actually well-founded. Other times, however, there's just a nasty streak. People are nasty and mean. A mean-spiritedness tinged with bigotry and resentment and misplaced self-righteousness that, oh my god, irritates me like the crabs.
I do say
What?
that was quite informative and very well acted. From a studying Oxford Pantages Theatre student such as myself, I've never heard such bigotry and protuberance portrayed in the way we have this morning, ladies and
Oh
gentlemen.
my god, the racism.
Oh, but wait,
Am I
there's
right?
more.
But the sheer quantity of people engaging in no true Scotsman-like fallacies, acting high and mighty as though they are the sole arbiters of what Tolkien is and who qualifies as a true fan, and imparting upon us how the professor himself would surely feel about all of this. I'm so tired. It's not a critique, because the art is so
It's bizarre.
flagrantly secondary to the politics of it all. It's
Okay.
political. It's
Okay.
political.
All right. I feel like I
Outside
need
of the hardcore Tolkien fans, there are the legions of angry commenters only interested in scoring points against those they deem woke, which is anyone left of Mussolini these days.
Like Mussolini.
If you comment on the Rings of Power, you are an ist, an obe, and a Yahtzee.
Aren't they
I'm also
commenting on the
quite
Rings
rich.
of Power?
If you comment on these shows, you are an ist, an obe, and a Yahtzee just for commenting. Blatant isms for commenting negatively about the Rings of Power.
So we didn't like something that was shit, and I am a racist.
And how dare you use the name of Tolkien, and that makes you even more racist.
But
for
it's
using the name of Tolkien.
literally incorrect what they are presenting to me based on what he wrote. I don't understand.
Yeah, Tolkien fans versus Token. Yes. Thank you, Mansquatch. It's perfectly, that's right.
They're like, oh my god, I love the black elf. It's like, okay, yeah, but what about him do you like? I like that he's black and that he is an elf. It's like, okay, well, who's the racist? I'm sorry.
Well, we're not deep diving into this too much because this isn't Rings of Power. We are talking about House of the Dragon.
It's a better
It's
property.
just another instance where if you comment, if you open your mouth and give your opinion, you are racist. You are racist to these people. You are sexist to these people. You are Yahtzee to these people if you give your opinion. How dare you? How dare you give your opinion?
But these are the people that say Tolkien was a racist, right? These
No,
are the
no, no,
same
no, no,
people
no,
who
no,
say
no,
that.
no, no. You see, you can't comment about any of this because this is a kid's show, apparently, just like Star Wars.
Oh.
There's more in that article that I didn't read. We are all making much to do about nothing because these are all kids shows, and we shouldn't be watching them anyway.
Tja, like that's just another total way to herd the sheep and flock all your tyrannical fascism conformists like you usually do, because they don't know that life is pain. Life is only pain. There, was that your South Park goth kid good enough for you?
Pretty
Go
much.
ahead and watch your show, you conformist. Oh my god.
I'm gonna watch House of the Dragon because it's better. Segue.
Segue. Good attempt, little kitty. Go take a nap.
We tried.
Chat's probably thinking, what the fuck have we walked into this
We're
morning?
like halfway in. We haven't even started talking about it yet.
There's been a lot going on. I don't know. Maybe that should be a new segment, though. Pick out one cheesy internet letter of the week and just read it to your heart's content in some horrible voice acting kind of thing. Also, am I happy about the new monarchy? It should be an interesting 10 years. Long live the king.
There you go.
So yeah.
So, we're all Istovs and Yahtzees.
Well, damn.
But Loki, I don't want to be an Istov and a Yahtzee.
Too late.
You're not, but too late. You're going to be called that. So, this is
Yeah,
part of the game. Anybody who bitches, moans, and whines, this is part of the game. So, get used to it.
Accept mediocrity, or we will call you names until you submit. It's like, all right,
fine.
Thank you.
Whatever. I'm not accepting anything that your conformist.
Now, why bring this up? Why bring this up, Loki? Why bring this up? Because at the end of this article, once they're done talking about children's shows, now they're talking about Star Wars, they're talking about Lord of the Rings. It's all children's shows, and children's works. They bring up House of the Dragon, and damn anyone that criticizes that as well. So we're going into this. We are going into this with the bare notion that if we criticize this show, we are ists and ovs and Yahtzees. Is there a reason to criticize this show this week? I do think there's some, but more and more I see where they are going with this, and I'm starting to understand that some people are insufferable twats because that is their role in this. Some people are victims, but they're victims of their own greed, their own position. This is what they wanted. You can feel bad when you see I always call her Anastasia, but it's Allison. Mm-hmm. You see, there is a scene where the king is bedding Allison.
Spoilers.
Oh, it's gross.
There's a lot of betting. There's a lot of betting in this episode. There's a lot of flaccid penis,
it's a great episode if you're a drummer, because there's a shitload of banging going on in this one. All the titties and dongs you want.
Yes, the brothel scene was poorly lit.
Man, I couldn't see shit. I saw like 4 tits and 2 penises, and I'm thinking, light it up, light it up.
I kept saying butt, boob. Oh, there's a penis, butt. There's another butt, and it's a half butt.
Oh
there's
my god! And the way that guy was just tempting the sausage. Jesus, tap dancing, Christ! Oh my god! I need more coffee.
Thought it was just awkward for the uncle to bring their niece into a brothel, and I was like, okay, I know where this is going. Because I know what the couples are.
And it almost went there, but again, spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
Yeah, and you know what? We will pull up the spoiler banner. Spoiler banner.
I saw penis.
I know.
Can you say
very
penis
shocked.
on air? Penis is okay, right? How many times are you allowed to say penis before you get in shit? Penis.
See how many times it, see how many times it comes out of your mouth.
Cock.
There you go.
dong, anal, butt sex.
Zero lights his cock, dong, and anal butt sex. Tell you what.
We did it. Chris, don't clip that.
Lots of meat for Zero.
Oh God, I'm gonna be
The
paying
wiener?
for this later. Oh my
Lots of wieners
Raw or
for
cooked?
Zero.
Oh my
They just
God.
like to
You
warm it
can't
up in the
spoil
microwave.
something that is already molded. That's true. It's true.
Yeah, that is true.
That is.
That
I wouldn't
is
say
true.
the show's molded though.
Speaking
There are pills
of,
for that problem.
man, that king's looking pretty bad these days.
Scabby.
So Scabby,
Yeah.
Scabby the king is on top of his queen,
God, it was gross.
bedding her, and she's just, you know what? They want you to feel bad for this girl. They want you to feel bad for her. She's like looking off away from him, just laying there, taking
Dead-eyed.
it while
Totally bored out of her friggin' mind.
she just doesn't give a rat's ass that she is having relations. And I don't know if she thought she would, but she doesn't. She has absolutely no love for her king. Her father convinced her to do this and to get close to the king so that she would be married to the king. And that's exactly what happened. Middle finger, Otto Hightower. I think that's what we call a middle finger.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, he is middle finger.
On the bus, babes.
Butt
Let's-
sex on the bus and shit. Oh yeah.
Oh. Oh my
What is with all the
goodness.
butt sex today? It's probably
I
because
don't know.
in that episode I saw 2 cocks and that just threw my entire day down the crapper right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just can't stop thinking about the cocks, can you?
Well, it was just like right there, man. I'm thinking, God, did I really need to see the guy starting to go down on the other guy?
It's equality.
Now that's what I call
okay?
Return of the King.
Equality here. There
I
was
don't-
penis and boobs. Okay.
There were, but you know what? There were more boobs than penis, so I don't know how equal that actually was.
One penis. Equals
Not that
5
I'm
boobs.
saying I would prefer an episode which is a sausage fest. I'd rather stay
Oh,
away
are
from
you
that.
Sure?
Yes, I am quite positive. Do
Okay.
not question me on this.
I won't.
Anyway. God damn.
Middle finger,
cats.
yes.
All right. Stop giving him clip material. All right. I will now take a vow of silence.
God, with all this talk of what you're talking about and the middle finger thing, I can't help but think of the Cannonball Run and that crazy ass doctor. Hey, JJ, you want me to examine her? And he's like flopping his middle finger back and forth, and I'm like, oh my God. He's a proctologist. I'm a art of proctology. Oh yeah, I bet you are.
Oh God, chat's getting confused. That's
That's
what we do
alright.
best. The cat did it.
We know why it was called a flop house. Yes. So anyway, the king, Scab King,
Gross.
is banging away on his wife.
And he's trying. He's trying.
Oh yeah, he's huffing and puffing and maybe one day I'll get there.
Is
And
it coming
she's just
through
laying
yet?
there like, I don't want anything to do with this guy.
Get this
And
thing
Eris
out of
brought
me.
up an interesting fact. She said, there's always hope in a relationship
Oh,
until you get to the disgust.
Yeah.
I'm disgusted. And then it's like, yeah, no.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
that's pretty much
there's-
sealed the fate. She's just
Yeah.
got this look of just complete obliviousness to what's going on, intentional obliviousness, and she's just, when you get to that point where you dread spending the time with Scabby King there, oh man. Yeah, or anyone for that matter. When you no longer look forward to it, or the idea of sex just really
Repulses you.
fucking
Yeah.
grinds your gears in all
But
the
whose
wrong
fault?
ways.
Whose fault is that?
I
Okay,
blame the
so-
scabs.
So we're gonna go back in time real quick. We're gonna go to episode 1, where her father, Otto Hightower, said, I want you to start spending time with the king. Right after the day that the king's wife died. Otto's like, I want you to go and comfort the king. Whatever comfort he wants, you give it to him. And she's like, okay. And then they become so close. She's like the confidant of the king. So he has his little talking sessions with her 6 months or a year later, however long it was between the first episode and the second episode, where they've become very close. And at the end of that episode, he's like, you know what? I'm not going to marry this little 12-year-old girl that you want to set me up with. I'm going to marry this one. I'm going to marry the Hand of the King's daughter, who at the time was, 14?
Something like that.
15?
Too damn young, in my
15.
opinion. But,
Yeah.
whatever.
And then
it's
we
medieval Europe.
fast forward 3 years, and she's popping out kids left and right. She's popped out a kid. She's pregnant with another kid. She looks happy. Happy, but I think she knows that this is all, what is this all for? To have kids with the king and have their line be, she's never going to be a woman of power. She's never going to sit on the throne. Her son's apparently not going to be heir apparent. So what's the point of all this? And it's hit her. And that's just one of the things that goes on in this episode. That is like, damn, you know what? Even in a slow episode where it's mostly just like whorehouses and people, Scabby the King banging away on Darla, what's he doing? Oh, King's all banging away on Darla.
Yeah. I'm not finished, but give me a minute.
No joke, that's pretty much what it was.
Hey.
Old man grunting, Gabby back, and her looking like she wants to fucking die. Okay,
Just thinking, oh god, I hope this bed collapses post first in my face right now.
Gabby
And he's got holes. He's got scabby holes and shit all over him.
So gross. Like I cannot stress how gross it was. Like it was so nasty.
Imagine what the front looked like. Jesus.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Not to mention she lost her best friend in the process. Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
they kind of had like a reconcile moment, but the reconcile moment was Rhaenyra like absolutely like destroying her by saying what did she say? She was like, I don't want to marry someone I don't love and just be used as a baby machine. And she says that to Allison, and Allison's just like,
So this is my next point that I want to bring up. And it's what Dave Broad brings up. The Princess's Guard wasn't shy. So in this episode, Matt Smith returns as Damon. Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
And he has come back victorious from his battles.
What a power walk that was. The swag this guy was showing. Jeez.
And he's wearing a crown because they have named him the King of the Narrow Sea. And he brings the crown to the king and offers it to him and says, there's only one king. You're the king. He's grown up. I've grown up. I'm more of a man now. So the king accepts him. Everybody claps. The throne room scene was great between both of them. You wonder, is he going to kill him? What's going on here? They have a party. They have a big ass party. And at the end of the night, Rhaenyra gets a package, and it's got some like regular everyday people clothes, not like her royal raiments, but like a jacket and a shirt and some pants and a beanie and a map that shows her that behind her bed, if you push on the wall, there's a secret door. And there is.
Very
There is. It's a very, very Indiana Jones moment there with the hand-drawn maps and shit.
Oh, it was kind of cool.
Let's play Legend of Zelda, princess. Come on.
No, 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 stop.
Oh,
Stop
yeah.
with
I
the
wouldn't
old
say
man
he's the
grumbling.
good guy in all of this, but he's definitely my favorite character in the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not even close. Well, I mean, Rhaenyra has moments, but she is a bratty princess right now. So I'm kind of waiting for her to grow up so I can actually thoroughly enjoy her character.
Well, she's almost into her 20s, and she's still, like Eris
Yes.
said, she is a bratty kid that has things she wants. There are things she wants that she wants to control that she doesn't get to control. One of those being who she sleeps with for the very first time.
Although they
that is
did
a
have
big
tryouts.
they do have tryouts with little kid, and I want to say
that little
that
kid, man, shit.
that little kid there. Okay, so there's little kid who wants to be your husband, and he's like, I've come from blah blah blah, and I am here. He's like all of 10 years old.
This
And
guy's
there's
still
this-
a fetus.
Yeah, there's this older kid, and you can tell this other kid's like maybe 4 or 5 years older than him. He's like, you little twat. He literally calls him like a little
Literally
twat
calls him that.
and a cunt.
Yeah.
And that 10-year-old kid pulls out his fucking sword and disembowels that older kid. And I'm like, this is how bullies met their end back in the day. They met their end at the end of a sword when they bullied the wrong little shit that was like, nope. And it's always the quiet ones.
Yeah. That's why I'm noisy in my older age. He is a bad boy, Dave Bob. Didn't the princess say that too? Oh, this one's a bit of a bad boy or something. I rather like this one.
Yes.
She's like, all right, I might wait another couple years and then bed the shit out of that kid. Is he even going to know how to do it when he's 12 years old? Jesus.
Well, yeah. And you could tell that that 10-year-old kid's about to throw up. They don't show that. I don't know why they cut that, but he's like, ugh! He's retching in the background because that's his first kill.
It's Joseph in the amazing Technicolor lawn. Technicolor yawn. That's what we didn't get to see. But yeah, props to that kid. He did a good job.
So Rhaenyra sneaks out of her room in the middle of the night and meets up with Daemon. And Daemon takes her out on a night on the town. She's never been out in the city before on her own. She's bumping into people. Some guy bumps into her and, watch where you're going, boy. And she's like, he called me boy. I was like, oh, wow, we're back in Texas again. We're in the Texas Targaryens. Boy, son.
Boy, take your hat off, boy. There's people banging in the back alley.
So, yeah. Oh, yeah, there are people banging in the back alley. And she's like, oh, my God, look at that. They're like totally fucking down the back alley.
Yeah, it was a very lively bunch. They had, food, dinner, and theater. It was a very lively crowd.
Loki.
Someone just got thrown out the airlock. I apologize to headphone users out there.
Ow.
So yeah, they're just, did we lose him? Oh yeah.
No.
Every audio thing on this computer is fucking off. Everything. Okay. You have my word, ladies and gentlemen. After ValhallaCon, I'm getting an analog microphone. I'm getting the analog setup box. I'm going all fucking analog. I'm so sick and tired of that happening. People kept saying, people have told me it's your audio program, dude. It's audio this or audio. All that shit's off. All of it's turned off. So
God,
there's nothing in here. There's absolutely nothing in here that.
I think you got it from Amazon.
Oh God, yeah, that was pretty wild. I wasn't laughing at Loki. I was just kind of laughing at how everything just happened all at once.
It's a Blue Yeti. It's a really good Blue Yeti, and it's not the Blue Yeti. It's something with the USB control board that's like, it's something's wrong with it. So.
Whew. So anyway, yeah, so the airlock sequence happened again. It happens. All right. So moving on. Back to a dinner and a show performance.
Dinner and a show. And what
I love that
Rhaenyra
scene.
doesn't understand is the people do not like her. And she gets a taste of that. Because at the show, they're doing a play about her family and who's going to be the next king. Yeah, my computer's got fucking VD.
So does Captain Scabby's.
Stop it.
Should have stuck with the Yeti thermos. Yes, Dean, absolutely.
So
It's probably what I'm going to need is a secondary USB host if I don't want to go all analog, which I want to go all analog anyway. So, but I do. I want to go all analog anyway. So it's just a matter of putting the money down on the better mic and getting all the bells and whistles to do it.
So, Mummy dear sits down on the throne, aka the toilet, because that's
That
what
was
it was.
funny.
It was a shit box.
It's an
It was pretty
outhouse.
good, pretty well done for satire theater. Yeah,
Yes, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought they did a good job.
it was.
of showing
I
it.
I kind of felt bad for the princess because I'm thinking, shit, she has never seen this before. Like, she doesn't know public opinion. You know, she might have some idea, but she's never, experienced the outside world in this capacity. And to have that thrown at you, I'm thinking, oh, poor little girl, go bang a sausage somewhere. But yeah, it was pretty. They were not holding back at the distaste and displeasure that the royalty brings the common folk down there.
Well, it was shit. It shouldn't have been a surprise because she had been like, everyone feels like that for the most part, except her dad just doesn't have the heart. Stop.
Oh, I'm gonna ruin everybody's day with scabby sex. Oh yeah.
Her main focus should be her people.
Yeah.
Okay. What she does not understand is that she has to be selfless when it comes to things. Her uncle, Damon, takes her down an alley into a whorehouse and is going to bed her in front of God and everybody. He is going to take her virginity in front of God and everybody. And he doesn't. He doesn't. He can't bring himself to do it, even though she wants it. She's trying to engage with him. He's like, nope. And he walks out. She walks home, runs into her personal guard that she picked for the King's Guard, and is like, you bedroom now. And they do the deed. And they do the deed because she wants to be in control of something.
That's why she got on top.
She wants to choose. She wants to make the choice. The choice should be hers. That's what's going around her head. What she does not realize, what she has not come to figure out yet, is that because of her lavish lifestyle as a princess, she has to make sacrifices. She has to make sacrifices. There's a price to be paid for that royal blood and for the rich home and the need for nothing. She has a price to pay, and that price is selflessness. We just dealt with the loss of a queen that was one of the most selfless people. A lot of people don't know what's going to happen now because they don't know if her son is as selfless as she is, or if people will even believe that he's as selfless as she was.
Aye.
And they found a perfect way to explore what she is going to have to deal with. She has her own problems. Everybody has their own problems. Whether they are important, whether they are life-threatening, whether they are life-changing, rich people, poor people, they all have their own problems. Is it gout? She's got the gout.
I don't know. She was looking pretty tiny everywhere. I don't know where you could fit gout on something like that.
Oh dear.
You're just completely obsessed with old man sex.
Yeah. That's all. That's like your entire
just-
contribution to this show. is
I
old
know,
man
isn't it
grunting.
great? I am totally the least qualified to have these discussions. No, I just want to give everybody great images to keep them awake this morning. You'll never sleep again under my rule.
Yeah.
God help us all.
God has nothing to do with it now. All your ship belong to me.
You know what you sound like? You sound like what's his name on Red versus Blue. Oh yes, I'm going to completely annihilate you,
Oh boy, yeah. It's just
boy.
I fucked up everything. Oh my god. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so next week there will be no more old man scabby sex.
We don't know. We don't know what's gonna happen next.
I
week.
meant
We really don't.
for me. I meant
Thank
for
you.
me. Oh my god. It was one
Thank
joke about
Krish.
wishboning myself on a fence to old man sex. Oh god, the sound clips are gonna come back to haunt me in 10 years. No.
Is he projecting?
I'm only projecting my will upon the masses out there for you all. God, what is happening?
I hope you choke on it.
I'm pretty sure that guy in the brothel house choked on it. Anyway.
I was eating a spoonful of spotted dick the other
God
day, and
damn
I
it.
choked
What
on
have you
it.
done?
Yes,
Was it-
hello
Did you-
everyone, it's Peter Whalen, back
Did you-
from the dead. Yes.
Did you really eat the spotted dick? I always like mine with a little bit of jelly and mustard.
A spoonful of spotted dick always helps the medicine go down, or
This is-
as Frank calls it, his cock.
Is this is why I cannot be a voice actor, because it would be 45 minutes of me laughing and about 3 seconds of usable recorded audio.
That's
'Cause,
right. That's
like,
right.
oh my god. 'Cause,
Yes.
but I want to say, did you get your spotted dick heated up first? A little bit of rubbing. Oh yes, look, we're offending the kitty now. Don't worry, kitty. There's plenty of spotted dick for everyone. We even keep ours in packets to keep it all moist and wet for you.
You can
if
have
you
the
cannot
ones that have
choose.
custard and raisins in them. Yes. Yes.
I was never really a fan of the raisin kind. It always felt like rabbits had taken a shat in my pudding. But maybe
Poor
if the
Ortega.
masses, if the masses demand it, maybe I will try it for their own bewildered amusement. Yes. Yes.
Never forget, you never know who may be listening when we talk
Yes.
about spotted dick. Yes. Yes.
Just like the angels in the outfield, we're all.
Or as the king's physician would prescribe to help the tea go down. Yes.
Yes. I always like having a little spot of tea after the spot of dick. I hope whomever Zeropium is supposed to have old man scabby sex with the next week isn't disappointed by his recent announcement. I'm not saying I swing one way or the other. No. Okay. All right. Okay. I am straight. I'm a man.
Oh.
I know
Oh.
what I like, and I
Are
know
you
what I
sure?
don't like. I am not here
You
for
like
the old man scabby butt sex. No,
No,
that
you're-
was
You must have
That's-
discipline, Daniel-san.
that's the running joke of the episode. Next week there will be something brand new, I'm sure.
Raisins are just humiliated grapes. I like it.
And a wee bit dehydrated too, yes, and I still say they look like rabbit turds.
So no action. Leia Rose brings this up, and I want to discuss this really quick. No, there is no action in this episode. There is kind of action, but
There's-
it's more on the other kind of action.
There's one dragonfly by for
Yeah,
like 5
there's no-
seconds.
There's one 12-year-old stabbing a 14-year-old in the gut. That's the only fighting you're going to get in this entire episode. I think that this is very slow. It's very slow. It slows everything down. I think they're going to pick everything back up. But this is the chess game in Westeros. This is the Iron Throne. This is the game of the Iron Throne. And you're going to have episodes a lot like this. And like Ghost Rider said, a lot of conflict set up. What happens at the end of this episode is absolutely brilliant, because the king finds out that his daughter was out slutting around and says, I don't care who you slept with. I don't care if it was your uncle. I don't care if it was anybody else. You can't do things like that. It's not about whether you did it or not. It's about the perception of if you did it. You can't just walk into a whorehouse and see things that other people see. Why? Because you were the future heir to Westeros. You were the heir to the Iron Throne. This kingdom will go to you one day, and people cannot perceive you as a slut, as anything like that, because you need to be the most loving, caring queen they've ever had. You need to be the one that loves them, that takes care of them, that they will stand up and they will fight for one day if they have to. And she's not. She's annoying. She's bitter. She's, oh my God, I'm the princess. You have to love me. And that's not going to work. And he straight up tells her it's not going to work. And she straight up tells him, your fucking hand is poisoning you. Wake up and smell what you've been shoveling. You're dying because the hand wants his grandson to be king. Not you, not me, not anybody else.
There can only be one.
And the king's brother gave him an axe to add to the Iron Throne. Yes.
Add it to the throne.
Add
Clunk.
it to the throne.
That was good.
Project Storytime says, I love that the king finally slapped her down a peg.
It's probably a bit overdue.
You need to wake up and you need to realize that your job isn't to be a princess. Your job isn't to be a queen. Your job is to make those people love you and respect you. That way, when you do ascend the Iron Throne, they are behind you 100%. Because then no one can come in and stop you.
Mm-hmm.
You've got dragons, you've got an army, and you have the people that are behind you that will follow you through anything. Because right now she is looking at a rebellion. It's not going to be someone else she has to worry about. It's going to be the rebellion that takes her throne. It's going to be the people that run through the streets burning and killing that will take her throne. And the Targaryens will fall because she's a snotty little teenager. She's an angry teenager, not a royal. That's right. And she needs to buck up and be a royal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, beware of dragons, for thou art crunchy and tasty with ketchup. Yes. My dragon doth agrees.
Thou doth protest that it is not the raisins I love, but the pudding in which they sat upon.
The old man sex.
No. No. Okay, I didn't even bring it up this time. That was all you goddamn cats.
No.
Fuck. I didn't even make the noise. The wife of Emperor Claudius is still known in present day as being perverse.
That's right. Project Storytime. He let her pick her suitor, and she threw that away. So he picked for her. That's right.
Yeah, I mean, how many potential suitors did they have lined up in that hall gathering there?
Well,
and she's like, nope. I don't want to do this right now.
Well, no, it wasn't just those. They said they still had 2 months left on the tour. So they had 2 months left of that. Who knows how many people? I mean, probably hundreds. And she was just like, nah, I don't want to do this. And I'm going to go fuck my uncle instead. And never mind. I'm doing the King's Guard now. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I mean, I thought that
Oh
was
my
a little...
God.
It was a little weird because suddenly it's like, oh, no, uncle didn't put out. Oh, I'll just go and bang the next guy I see then. That's what it felt like.
She wanted it to be her choice, not anybody else's. It was selfish. It was selfish. Can't I just have this one thing? But it's not just this one thing. It goes on and it goes on and it goes on. And it's always going to be about you, not your people. So when they come for you and they roast you alive on the Iron Throne, I'm not going to give 2 fucks about it because it was always about you. The reason
Is
why
that
people
she's-
care about their royalty is because the royalty takes care of them. The royalty protects them. The royalty makes sure they're fed. The royalty. If it's all about the royalty, it's not about you. Those kind of people get overthrown and they get burned in the street or they get shot. Either way, it's the same ending.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But Arwen Avalon
shows
right
you
here is
say,
right.
like,
She
who's
plays
people.
angst way better than that insufferable twat Gladriel.
Oh, yeah.
Ghost Rider wants a spin-off about the North with the Starks versus the Boltons. I can see that.
All
Or
right.
more of the South versus the North. I see
We'll get-
that too.
We'll get penning the pilot episode right away.
But instead we got this. And so far, I'm okay with this.
I'm all right with it.
The beginning episode was very much men are horrible. We're gonna have the king disembowel his own wife to get the baby that's gonna end up dying anyway. Without her choice. Now, see, if they would have done this like the queen was like, get it out of me, save the baby, I don't care about myself, save the baby, that'd be one thing. But the king makes that decision and she's like being strapped down like, oh my God, what's happening? And you're like, yeah, okay. Then you've got this shit with Matt Smith doing what he does as Daemon. Then you've got Otto Hightower, the hand of the king, the middle finger, basically pimping his daughter out to the king, who's 14 years old. Now, from what I understand in the books, and don't quote me on this, just this is what I've been told because I haven't read the books. She's not 14 years old. He's not pimping her out to the king at 14. She's a woman when this happens.
I'm a woman.
So, whatever. There's years passing by each episode. There wasn't that big of a time gap, but there was a big enough time gap where the queen's had her baby between episodes. And she doesn't want anything to do with these kids. She doesn't want anything to do with the queen. She is in a loveless marriage. She's realized that she sold out to be in a loveless marriage. That has finally dawned on her. She is not coming to love her king. She is not coming to love her children. She is in a loveless marriage, and she doesn't really want to be in that.
So dramatic.
So it's a year. Project Storytime says this was a year after episode 3. Okay.
God, we're just jumping all over the place here.
Yeah, 6 months, 3.5 years, a year. So final thoughts, ratings, final thoughts.
Kitty.
Rating.
Rated M for old man.
That was you this time.
It was all me.
Let's see. I think I'm gonna give it a 7.5 to an 8. I thought it's like a lot happened and nothing happened at the same time. This was definitely a character-centric episode, but it was one that we needed because I didn't even realize till this episode how much the king had kind of grown. I was kind of just expecting really nothing of him. He always has a glass of wine in his hand, except for when he's out in the public. Other than that, I mean, he is always drinking. He's like gone full-on alcoholic. It kind of looks like Allison's going to go on full-on alcoholic. You know, the parallels were really, really well shot between what Rhaenyra is going through and what Allison is going through. And yeah, I thought it was really good. And it's very, very interesting, I guess, from a woman's point of view, watching this. And I really thought she was going to see that play and going to have a come to Jesus moment of like what
What Dean Krantz said.
Dusty.
Dusty Cock scale is a
The
7.
American Nightmare, Dusty Cock. Oh, yes, baby. I'm going to take him from bell to bell inside the square circle tonight.
Oh my God. Sweet fucking Jesus Christ. I cannot believe you just did that.
All right. So if I were to.
You've got to repeat that for people that didn't hear that the first time.
The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Like, oh yes, baby, I'm gonna take this Dusty Cock from bell to bell inside the square circle of the night, baby, because I have dined with kings and queens. I have dined on Franks and beans. I don't know why that started off as Dusty Rhodes, then kind of went all, oh well, whatever, Mike Tyson kind of thing, and then just.
No, you actually sounded like the guy who writes the magazine, who does the magazine in Jesus Christ, Dragnet, the movie.
Oh God,
the one with Tom Hanks, the porn king. My sweethearts here, they come and they take care of me.
They come and they take care of me, man. Oh my goodness, God, what have I walked into today? So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not so great, worst WWF action figure ever. Yeah, okay. At least someone knows what I was trying to go for there. So yeah, 1 being not so great, 10 being absolutely stupendous, 5 being pretty damn good. I give this an Atari out of macaroni and cheese.
I have no idea what that is.
There's a little bit of awkward silence there. No, okay. For dialogue purposes, I would give this an 8. For action sequences, I would give this a 3. And that's being generous because of the kid that got stabbed and yeah, but for plot points and everything, yeah, I would give this probably maybe a 7.5 because it kind of feels like it's leading up to a much larger purpose. There just wasn't a whole lot of that for, say, the first, 35 minutes there. There was just a lot of banging and all that other stuff that was going on. But yeah, it was a decent episode. Just kind of curious to see where it goes from there.
And I would agree. I think that this was a very chess Game of Thrones episode. Mm-hmm. House of Dragon chess game. Everybody kind of putting their pieces in place on the board. Much more of a setup for later, which is odd because usually you do that at the beginning of season. And this is kind of like midway almost. So midway through the season, we're going to do another kind of setup where things are getting set up and the pieces are going to fall. So you had a lot of boom, boom, bang, bang. Oh, look, more flaccid penises on Game of Thrones.
Damn it, I didn't even mention old man in the rating whatsoever. That was not a integral plot point.
And one thing they never showed this in the original series, that sometimes sex isn't all it's cracked up to be.
It certainly didn't look like it this time around.
You had the whorehouse where all this carnal stuff was going on. You had Rhaenyra swept up in that, but then you've got dear old King Viserys banging away on Darla, and she's just laying there and just has this like, oh my God, far off look in her eye, and she's disgusted. And as our wonderful guest co-host today, Eris of Chaos, pointed out, once a relationship reaches that, that's it.
It's over. Yeah.
Princess
do you think
certainly
she's
liked it?
Surely, but not as much as the sported dick I served her last night. No. I don't know. It's a major plot point. Do you see the king getting killed off or dying at some point?
Oh yes. I said that in the very first episode. Or the second. It was at the beginning of the second when you see the opening, what you're seeing is his model of that city, and you see blood running down the streets. That's his blood. I really believe he's gonna die on that fucking diorama.
Do you think
his
she's
blood
gonna
is
have
gonna-
anything to do with it?
The princess or the
Yeah.
queen?
The queen.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're setting up for now.
It could
I
happen.
originally thought it would be Otto, but if Otto's not in the kingdom,
I can't do it. I drive the bus.
yeah, man, Scabby King's gonna get killed by his own queen, stabbed for being scabby.
Yeah, it could happen.
Stabby, scabby.
Sounds delicious. The cat's been awfully quiet.
Meow, meow, meow. Meow.
It's all right.
The king will die in the second to last episode of the season.
Spoiler alert. Yeah, or before then.
Scabby King is the precursor to the zombie apocalypse. I can see that
Oh my.
because HBO will go there. Oh yeah.
What sound would a zombie make if it's trying to make love to somebody? I'm not going to attempt it.
There was a movie I think that dealt with that,
Oh my goodness. Of
but I
course
never
there's
watched it.
there's a
What's that
movie for
zombie
everything.
love movie?
Warm
Warm
bodies.
Bodies.
Oh,
Warm
that
Bodies.
one. Yeah, I never saw
Never
that
watched
one.
it though.
No.
So it's Game of Thrones. Everyone dies.
Everybody
I
dies.
absolutely agree with that. Everybody dies. It's Game of Thrones.
Yeah, everybody's probably going to get killed off. The dragons will take over.
Project Storytime says that's his guess.
It's
Second episode.
it's an educated guess. I mean, I'm not discounting that at all. I could totally see it happening.
We'll see. Guys, thank you so much for being here and hanging out with us on this Monday morning 0 hour here on Mornings of Mischief. You guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla. Thank you so very much for joining us. Thank you for being a part of this. I know it's not glamorous. I know we're not burning anything down. I know we're not completely shitting all over this show, but it's good. It's good to be able to talk about something you're actually enjoying and you actually want to see the next episode of.
Well, I mean, realistically, what we do isn't burning everything down. We like to have a good time too. And if the source material gives us something to work with that, takes a little lighthearted turn on behalf of us, then that's just what happens.
That's right.
We're not angry all the time, just most of the time.
Chris Burgess says, I still think it will be Otto. He has nothing to lose now that his power as the hand has been revoked. He will stab him once it is confirmed Aegon will not be named heir apparent. I think it'll be her because they want her to be powerful women that kills her husband that she was absolutely sick of and forced to marry. I think that's the way they're gonna throw down.
Yeah, it could happen. Yes, Project Storytime. We're allowed to have fun.
This is where we want to be talking about these things the way we used to. Thank you, Project Cambrian. That's been kind of the point.
Mhm.
Guys, thank you all for being here. Big thank you to Zeropium. Big thank you to Eris of Chaos, our guest host for today. You guys are absolutely great. Thank you both for being here, for taking part in this.
It's always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Meow, meow, meow.
Kitty is quiet now.
It's all right.
And we're out of here, guys. Take care. Be excellent to each other. Always speak friend to enter. We'll see you guys later tonight as me and Clobbering Times are doing a review of Batman the Red Hood. So take care, everybody, and we'll see you later tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Later.
Bye.
Oh, yeah.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.